we have the hourly price chart for Intel Corporation, stock ticker INTC. So as we can see here, the stock is trading under a very strong amount of selling pressure. We've seen a major reversal here from the prior rallies that we were seeing with this stock, and this really has now. We can drill out a bit here to a bit of a longer term time frame here, and we can see that we're now trading back below the prior range lows that were being seen previously. So, to say the least, this is very strange price movement. I mean, to see, long-term trading range form like this, we can sort of drill in a bit here. But I mean, this trading range went on for a very long period of time. We can really call this going all the way back to roughly the middle of April to, then we see the breakout point coming toward the beginning of July. As we can see here, the range low was largely coming in, just around this $30 mark, maybe a slight tick below there, maybe $29.95, right around there. But for the most part, the market was really supporting prices in that area, and we were seeing buyers start to step in right around this $29.95 mark. But for the most part, what we've really been seeing here with many large cap technology stocks. Has been some very erratic trading activity and even potential, false breakouts in both directions. I just finished a video on Broadcom. That would be a very good example of a price chart where you are seeing, breakout actions occurring in both directions. And, that they obviously can't both be right. One has to be wrong. So, the question here really is, which side of the market is correct? Was this prior price move here to the top side? Was this the correct price move, or is this going to become the dominant price move here to the downside? Currently what we can see here is that, the distance, the share price distance, the amount of money that actually, that the stock actually traveled here was more substantial to the top side. And many of these gains were occurring even as large sections of the market were starting to sell off. This is really what began during this July 11 trading session that I pointed to many times in several different videos, not only on Intel, but on many other stocks. But this was sort of the line in the sand here. And for the most part, Intel did manage to actually post gains, even as most of the market, even the technology space was seeing, fairly substantial declines. But of course, now these movements lower have reversed, and we are seeing some fairly significant price movements here now that we have closed below this trading range. We are going to be seeing earnings from Intel today. The market expectation, I believe, calls for revenue figures of 12.9 billion, and then on the earnings side, it's I believe it's $10 per 10 cents per share. So if we do see some disappointment in any of these numbers, we could see a bit more of a sell-off here. But in my view, this is starting to look like a lot of that damage has already been priced in. So I find it a bit hard to believe that share prices could really extend much further here to the downside. If we do look at the indicator reading on the hourly chart, down toward the bottom of the chart here, we can see that there is a negative momentum condition that is currently in place. I mean, it's not totally surprising. This is a significant price move to the downside, and it should be noted that Intel is not the only stock that's experiencing this at the moment. We were seeing major declines in Meta Platforms, and stocks like Supermicro and Broadcom are also seeing fairly significant declines at the moment, with those stocks trading at their lows. But as we can see here, with declines like this, it's not abnormal to see, a negative momentum condition that's starting to build here. But what we can say is that, if we sort of move in closely, we can see that the indicator reading, this purple line down here, is trading in oversold territory. So the possibility for additional extension here is starting to look limited. I mean, that doesn't mean that it can't continue a bit further, especially given the fact that there's a large amount of volatility that is currently present in the market and within the technology space. In addition to the fact that there's also Intel earnings that will be released today, it's sort of a wild card throwing that into the mix. But the real question here is how much of this downside is already priced in. So if we do start to see a turnaround here, if we do start to see the momentum indicator start to roll over out of oversold territory, It would not take much for the stock to sort of break this negative momentum condition. We would really only need to move into roughly the 40 zone on the relative strength index in order to break this downtrend in share price momentum. So, there are some levels to watch here. To the top side, if we do start to see maybe a positive earnings number here, resistance levels have now moved down to this 3080 zone. This would be this prior high, which was posted during the July 31 trading session. You can see here as prices really sort of failed right at this 20-hour exponential moving average. I'll kind of point to this here. So we did see this price decline here with share prices failing at this 20-hour exponential moving average. And this area currently is the main, sort of the main line in the sand to watch here. If we do sort of see a break above this level, I would start to expect to see a period of sideways consolidation so that the market can sort of readjust itself and, recover from the fact that these major two-way price moves have been occurring. I mean, this is a lot of volatility in this stock in a very short period of time. I mean, if we just kind of pull out here, we can see that something clearly is going on with this stock. A move like this to the top side, and then a massive move lower following an extended period of sideways trading. Really does suggest that some type of trend is trying to develop here. The market is sort of trying to find its direction at the moment. So, overall to the downside, I just don't see much room here to the downside. There are people that are interested in shorting this stock. You're obviously more than willing to do something like that. But I think that, your potential for gain in a short position or even a put option is very limited at this point. I mean, how much further do you really expect the stock to extend? We're currently trading at 29.30. Even if we moved into the $25 area, you're not looking at huge gains here if you're trading from the short side of the market. Obviously, there's much more potential here for the stock to move higher rather than lower. So, for the moment, it does look like the market is sort of pricing in a negative earnings result. If that is the case, there could be some additional downside here, but it might be largely priced in at the moment. Overall, I do not expect to see, a significant amount of downside here to unfold with this stock going forward. So here's the current market update for Intel Corporation, stock ticker INTC. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership and start trading stocks with the pros.